Chapter 23. The house was submerged in darkness save for a dim glow spilling from the kitchen. No car sat out front. Lily had probably already left, and likely Andrew too. He hadn't called her, not to ask why she'd disappeared, not to say anything at all. She hadn't given him a real reason, but the silence still stung, like a splinter beneath the skin she couldn't dig out. "I hope the encounter with his daughter went well," Shira murmured as she stepped out of the car. She approached the front door slowly. The house was silent, and the light inside flickered slightly, as if reluctant to remain on. Her hand hovered over the doorbell. She was about to walk in and tell a human woman about vampires, about her son, about a world kept hidden in shadows, and all because of a hunch. Still, she pressed the bell. Footsteps approached. When the door opened, Mrs. Morty stood there, calm but pale. Her expression held no surprise, only a quiet resignation. "Andrew is gone," she said softly. "I know," Shira replied. "It's you I need to talk to." There was a brief pause. Then the older woman stepped aside. Inside, the house was steeped in warmth and stillness. A low lamp near the stairwell cast soft amber light across the walls, leaving corners in comforting shadows. The silence felt dense, almost sacred, like a pause between heartbeats. Mrs. Morty led her into the living room. She lowered herself into an old beige sofa, its cushions sagging under her weight. Her hands settled in her lap, fingers twitching slightly. Shira remained standing for a moment, her eyes scanning the room. Her gaze settled briefly on a framed photo of a younger Andrew, then returned to the woman. "I knew you'd come back," Mrs. Morty said, eyes not meeting hers. "From the moment I saw you earlier, I knew why you were here." "You know what I am, don't you?" Shira asked gently. The woman nodded, her throat working around an unspoken fear. "You've came to take him." "Take him?" Shira frowned. "Take who?" "Andrew," the woman replied in a strained voice. "Didn't he send you?" "No," Shira said, stepping closer. "No one sent me." Mrs. Morty looked stunned. "Then how did you know?" "He reminds me of someone I once knew." Mrs. Morty's breath caught. "You met his father?" "I don't think so," Shira said. "The one I met. He's long dead." A pause. Then Shira added, "But I would like to talk to you about his father, if you're willing. I want to understand why he left. It's not like a vampire to—" She trailed off, catching the flicker of unease in the woman's expression. The word vampire was still too raw for her. "I'm sorry," Shira offered. Mrs. Morty shook her head slowly. "It's all right. I knew this would catch up with us eventually." Her gaze dropped to her lap. Her hands trembled more noticeably now. "I was 16, she began, her voice distant. "We lived in a mountain village, the kind still ruled by old traditions. My father was a priest. Strict, and cold. When my sister married and left, it was just me. I wasn't allowed out. Not to parties, not to travel, not even to school in the city." Shira lowered herself into the nearby armchair, saying nothing. "One summer I slipped away to a gathering. Some boys who'd returned from school were having a party. That's where I met him." Her lips trembled in a fragile smile. "He was older. Not by much, but he had this way of speaking that made you feel like you were the only one in the world. He said he was someone's cousin, just visiting. Tall, dark, beautiful. I was enchanted. I'd never met anyone like him." She took a shallow breath. "I fell in love. And by the end of summer, I ran away with him. He promised we'd marry. Then he said I was too young and that he wanted to wait until I was ready. I didn't care. All I wanted was to be with him." Her voice cracked slightly. "Then Andrew came, and at first, it was enough. But he started leaving, more and more, said it was work. Then others began coming to the house. I didn't like them. They made me feel cold, just being in the same room, like something wasn't right. One night I left the office door open a crack. They were talking about war, about no longer hiding, about taking on the world. And they talked about Andrew, said he would lead them, that he was destined to bring them victory. Shara's brows furrowed. Did he say why Andrew? No, Mrs. Morty's voice dropped. But the way he said it, it was like he believed it completely. What did you do? I waited until he left again. Then I ran. Took Andrew and disappeared. Changed names. Moved constantly. I was terrified he'd find us. You think he hasn't? Shara asked softly. I don't know, she whispered. But if he had, wouldn't he have taken Andrew by now? Shara didn't answer right away. Instead, she looked toward the hallway where the light from the kitchen spilled weakly into the dark. Maybe he's waiting. Mrs. Morty looked up sharply. Lily's husband? Shara shook her head. I don't know, but it's possible. She stood. Thank you for telling me. Shira, Mrs. Morty said, rising shakily to her feet. Are you going to tell him? Number, that's not my place. But someone has to. Her voice trembled, uncertain. Yes, Shira said quietly but firmly. And it should be you. Mrs. Morty looked at her, eyes clouded with hesitation. Her hands were still trembling. You've done so much to protect him, Shira continued. However, with each day he's getting closer to his transformation time. He needs to know by then. If he's unprepared, if he doesn't understand what's happening to him, it could destroy him. Mrs. Morty lowered her gaze. I thought if I kept him away from all of this, if I gave him a normal life, I thought maybe he'd stay safe. You gave him time, Shara said. But now he needs the truth. He needs to hear it from you, not from a stranger, not when it's too late. What if he hates me? He won't. He'll be angry, confused, but he'll understand. You didn't lie to him to hurt him. You loved him. Mrs. Morty didn't respond. The light from the lamp cast deep shadows across her face, making her look older than before.